Well, good evening again, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So I'm reviewing another subscriber's portfolio, and this one I'm very impressed with. This is what I would call a model dividend portfolio that is not in yield max at all, at least this account. It's solid dividend ETFs that pay, believe it or not, an annual dividend income without any yield max at all. So I've got a couple of screens pulled up to show, and I think you all are going to like this one. I would rate this one very highly. I'll save my actual grade till the end, but I'm a big fan of it, I'll just say. So, and the biggest thing, like I say, you'll notice no yield max in the portfolio. So this is, and some of you might consider this to be a little bit boring. So there's 7 holdings in this one. It's a pretty decent sized account. Done very well as far as like dollar amount up. Now, when you have this much money, it's easier to pick like more stable funds and to get an annual dividend income. So this one is in JEPQ, 28%, or actually almost 29%, QQQI, 18.7%, SPYI, 18.3%, FEPI, 10.5%, JEPI, 10.3%, SVOL, one of our favorites, 8.4%, and TLTW, 4.9%. So all in all, really, really solid dividend ETFs, no yield max, but very, very solid, I would have to say. JPQ, SVOL is one of our favorites. JEPI, I mean, these were these were ones I was in that I actually sold to buy Tesla. So you know, really, really good job for this person as far as their pickings here. So again, that's the account. That's the dollar amount up. The percentage is actually 5.14%. It's such a large account. So like I said, the more money you start to get, the easier it is to create a stable dividend income without taking as much risk. So that's screen 1, and we're going to go over screen 2 over here. And let's see now. So screen 2, we're going to look at the person's annual dividend income, which is actually very impressive. I think it's higher than what my yield max income would be. Granted, I have a lot less invested in dividends, so that's understandable. Okay, so let's see. We've got this screen here. This is going to be the one that we're going to really like here. This is literally the money screen. So this portfolio's annual dividend income is $49,021 if you round up by 6 cents. Full-time income, right? Monthly income, $4,085. Daily income, how about this one? $134.30. And I would assume that includes weekends too. Yield, 9.01%. Yield on cost, a big one, 9.48%. The top 3 dividend payers, as you can imagine, are JEPQ, FEPI, and SPYI. So each of these is paying, well, this one's under $1,000, but these two are paying $1,000 each per month. So I would give this portfolio a solid A as far as a grade. 49,000, that's like an annual income. There's no fluctuation really like there is with yield max because these are very stable dividend ETFs. So all in all, I have to say, for the people whose portfolios I've shown so far, I have to say I've done my job coaching you all up. Just kidding, but it's not like you all didn't know anything about investing before you came and subscribed to me, right? But all in all, this one I'm really impressed with. This is I would call this a perfect example if you're looking for stable dividend income, if you're a little bit afraid of yield max. These funds here are solid. Of course, you have to have a lot more money to get a full-time dividend income with these because they don't pay as much in terms of dividend yield. The next thing I would do real quick, because only went for 4 minutes here, I would actually go and review the dividends for each of these. So SVOL, I know SVOL is about 18%. Let me see if I still have Yahoo Finance up, and feel free to comment away for anybody that's on live. So let's see here. I believe SVOL was still 18%. That one, I obviously regret selling that one. I sold it for a gain, but I regret it because I put it into Tesla, and that one's in the tank. Okay. Oh, here's QQQM. I was just going over this with someone. By the way, in case anyone wonders, QQQM has a slightly lower expense ratio than the QQQ. But what I notice is that it's way lower than the QQQ because one is like 470, one's like 180. So you get more shares with less money. And I like share count. That's something that's important to me. Okay, so let's look at SVOL first. See if the yield has stayed the same. That's funny. This looks like a different screen on Yahoo here. Must have changed something. It looks like they have a paid service now. So SVOL really doesn't fluctuate that much. 22.78, down 6 cents or 0.26% today. The yield has dropped a little bit. It's 16.37%. Let's look at the year to date so far. So remember how the yield works. The higher the fund price is, the lower the yield percentage. Because really, the fund dropping is not a good thing. Now, I had a person ask me a question today as far as growth versus income. So income is obviously your dividend income, but when these funds pay out a dividend, the dividend comes out of the share price. So the share price drops by the dividend amount, and if it's really a bad fund, it's going to drop by more, as we can attest to with yield max funds. And not to bash yield max, obviously, I'm invested in them too, as a lot of us are. But you'll notice here the percentage dividend payout dropped. So one of two things happened. They either cut the dividend or the fund price went up, which it looks like since October, the fund price did go up. So if I go to historical data here, I think Yahoo finally changed the format because we've got everything off to the left-hand side over here. Let's see if I've got any, well, you all are quiet today. Okay. You all must just be mesmerized by this portfolio. Okay, so it looks like they did cut it from the last time I looked. It's 30 cents even. They used to pay, see, it was 31 cents in December. They cut it by a whole cent. How dare they? So we got 30 cents now per month. So that's why the percentage is lower. Now let's look at the JAPQ. So JAPQ, if I can get this thing to cooperate with me. And I won't look at all these. I'll probably look at, well, they had like 7, so I'll look at most of them. The JEPQ is obviously more expensive, but that doesn't matter when you're looking at return. You know, return is what it is. This is a 9.73% yield, so pretty stable yield. There's not a lot of fluctuation in this one. This one's actually one of my favorites. I like it so much I'm not even invested in it anymore. I used to be, but foolishly I sold it. I bought into the whole Tesla bandwagon. So for all the Tesla cheerleaders, as you all know, the coach is in too. The coach bought into the hype just as much as everybody. So I'm not like a phony Tesla investor. Okay, so this one year to date, it's actually gone up a lot. I'm not going to look too much. I'm just going to focus on the yield. So we've been going up about $3, it looks like. The next one I'm going to look at is FEPI. That is the Rex Fang. That's one of the Rex shares ones. So this person is in one of the Rex shares funds, FEPI, which I've heard a lot of people say that that's one of the best ones as far as like Rex shares. And as you know, anytime you hear that something's great, it absolutely must be, right? I don't even need to consult the 8-ball for that. Just kidding. You know, like they say, consider the source. But I am seeing that this one does seem to be more stable here. It doesn't list the yield offhand. The expense ratio is lower than yield max, actually. So those were the top 3. And then he had some TLTW. Let's see here, TLTW. We'll look at that one real quick. Oh, come on. This computer needs some life injected into it. TLTW, come on. Let's see how we're doing. We do have a commenter here. Oh, we're reviewing yours next. So yours, you got to submit on the Discord. You can submit it privately to me, but we definitely want to review yours. I can't wait to review yours, Sonia. So let's see. This was FEPI. We're going to look at TLTW. We'll squeeze another minute out of this stream here, and then that'll be it. Until next time. If I can get this thing to cooperate with me. Come on, man. TLTW. TLTW. I don't know why. There we go. And it does something else. It's literally got a mind of its own. All right, let's try this again. Just bear with me here, people. All right, it's not going to cooperate with me, so I guess we'll just look at it on a future stream. Anyway, I give this a grade of A for the portfolio. I'll read some comments here. Apologies that the computer is not cooperating with me. If I can get back to the screen, I'll review some comments here. Oh, welcome. Wow, look at this. This person is almost 3 for 3 as far as class attendance today. Have you been on all 3 of my live streams today? That's awesome. You get definitely a participation trophy for attendance. So good for you. I'm sending you a virtual attendance trophy. Sonia says, I own SVOL, ECG, FSCO, OXLC, QQY, IWMY. Oh, so you're in those. JEPY, HTGC, 18 different yield max. Oh, that's right. And the new YMAX, YMAX, other income, snacks, and oh, those are your like money markets, right? 4 different CDs, some paying. So you got to submit that. I can't wait to review yours. I'm looking forward to that one for sure. Oh, look who's on here. I haven't seen you in a while. So I saw you comment on one of my videos the other day. You worked in an interesting profession. You said, let's do a study on which of these ETFs and or funds hold its value over all the others, include both yield max and defiance. So stay tuned, everybody. We're doing a scorecard system. That's going to come out very, very soon. We've got the first one already, but we want to have a few of them to compare. Oh, you were 2 out of 3. Okay, so almost perfect. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in again. Great portfolio. Really enjoyed reviewing that one. Keep submitting them. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you all very soon. Take care and have a great evening.